Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have three teams for you for the world event Sapphire Shard. One of them being a one-shot team I know a lot of y'all will like, but I don't really like it. But I got to show y'all the team because I know you guys like these kind of teams. Well, some of you do. But yeah, let's get started with the first team here. We got spell damage metal. So the thing you want to do is hit all enemies with spell damage. And I'm doing that here with the Doomed Glaive. And you could use, there's another weapon you could use here. It's the Doomed Glaive and the Doomed Blade, I think. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm using the Mythic here. I always forget his name. And that's because I really don't like him either. But Stonehammer is his name. But I know some of y'all like him. So this is like your guys' teams here that I made up. Because I know y'all like Stonehammer. And I know you like one-shot stuff. So even though it only hits one enemy. We got Stonehammer, who makes a bunch of brown and red. He has an 80% skull mitigation. He burns all enemies, stuns all enemies. Really good tank. And decent mana generator. We got King Highforge, who starts all dwarfs with 50% mana. I think he's a really good choice for this week because he hits multiple enemies. Only two, but we'll take that sometimes. But he starts all dwarves with 50% mana, and the restriction is dwarf. So he's going to be a really good choice this week since he hits multiple enemies and he has a 50% start for dwarves. Then we have Gimlet down there, and he turns green to brown off Jump Street. He's empowered, so he can get everybody else, well, you know, most everybody else up on the team. The only problem I was having here is the Doomed Glaive turning green to brown, and then I have no green for the Doomed Glaive, but it gets up off enchant anyway. It's fine. You could try the Doomed Blade instead, which would turn red into skulls, which might be a better idea. This is like freaking 5 a.m. in the morning on Monday, so maybe the Doomed Blade would work better there. I'm not sure. But Stonehammer, Doomed Glaive, King Highforge, and Gimlet is what I went with. So you can cast Gimlet straight away since he's empowered. He'll turn green into brown. That's if you have alignment. If you don't have alignment, you just get up your Stonehammer, cast that, and makes a bunch of red and brown. And then your Glaive will get up eventually. It starts with 50% mana. I got Titan class. The explosion at the beginning will give him a little more mana, and then he may just need like a tick of enchant, and then it's up. And you got all this brown from either Stonehammer or Gimlet, and you turn it to skulls. You get alignment. You hit really hard with the AoE damage from the Doomed Glaive, and if you need to, the skulls finish stuff off. But so far, haven't needed that. The Doomed Glaive hits pretty hard just with its AoE damage. So that was my first idea for people that have access to everything in the game. Stonehammer, either Doomed Glaive or Doomed Blade, King Highforge, and then Gimlet. He's an empowered converter, so you could maybe switch something out there, but why not start the matchup with a nice big brown match? Here's the one-shot team that I'm pretty sure you're going to see elsewhere. We got, I think, what's the weapon called there? It is called the Kegs Crusher. You could use just Mountain Crusher if you don't have that, but it's purple and green, so it has no mana conflict with the rest of the team. And then we have 3 Keg Hammers. Keg Hammer starts with full mana, and it does double damage versus giants. So, OMG one-shot, you know, it's going to kill in one shot, even though it takes 4 shots to actually get the job done here. But we use the Keg Hammer to get everybody back up. It makes a bunch of blue and brown, I think, based off Dwarven allies. So you might want to make yourself a Rune Priest here so you can be a Dwarf as well. So you can make more of that gem spawn. I'm not sure if I did that, but I should have, just to make more gem spawn to get the Keg Hammers back up. I did Titan, so I meant to do probably Rune Priest so I can be a Dwarf and get the better gem spawn off of the hammer there. But yeah, or Keg Crusher. So we got the Keg Crusher making brown to get the Keg Hammer back up, but a lot of the time it's just going to kill. It does decent damage to one enemy. So, I don't know. Then we got the Empowered Keg Hammer, who is just up immediately, and he's going to do so much damage to one enemy that it's going to kill anything in one shot. A lot of the enemies are giants, so it does double damage to giants. I also changed, I put Keg Hammer in first slot. You won't see that here, but at the end, you'll see me move Keg Hammer to first slot because it'll do double damage with skulls to giants as well. As you can see, a lot of the enemies are giants. If you just look at the scoring, you'll see that Jarl is a giant, Fire Giant is a giant. I think most of them are giants, and then a lot of the enemies have been giants so far that I've seen, like Baldur is a giant right there. So we got a lot of giants, and we're dealing double damage to giants on top of a spell damage medal that's giving us like way more spell damage. So the double damage and the medal combined, you can pretty much one-shot anything in the event. I'm pretty sure like all the way up. And you start empowered, so you just have to fire them off. You kill 3, and then you shoot off your weapon. You make a bunch of brown. If your weapon doesn't kill, then you'll get up another Keg Hammer, and you'll cast that, and you'll definitely kill because spell damage medal and double damage versus giants. Most of them are giants. So yeah, it is dwarf allies. So change that to Rune Priest, so you can be a dwarf, and then Keg Hammer, switch him to first slot. So I think I'd do that right here. If I remember correctly, yeah. Switch a Keg Hammer to first slot, and then change your class to Rune Priest so you can have better gem spawn off of the weapon. Alright, here's the third team. This is for super duper low level people that for some reason don't have 3 Keg Hammers, which could be a thing. I think Keg Hammer is like epic. So if you don't have 3 of that epic troop, you could use the Dwarven Gate. We've seen this before. Dwarven Gate gives mana to the rest of the team. It's like 5 mana. The Black Manacles takes 15 mana. So you cast 3 Dwarven Gates, and you get up your Black Manacles. Your Black Manacles won't one-shot like right away. I mean, it depends how many medals you have and how hard the battle is. But this is for super low-level players, and all you have to do is do it again, and you win. And all the while, you may devour with the Black Manacles to give yourself more power. And the Dwarven Gates are giving your entire team barrier, so you're not going to die either. They hit me pretty hard here. They end up, they got Baldur over there. They make a ton of skulls. They're hitting me really hard, and I still survive because I have barrier. And I'm giving myself armor with the Dwarven Gates and all that. So for a super low-level team, I think this would work pretty well. And that's just if you don't have Keg Hammer, who can one-shot. The Black Manacles could be faster, even, since it hits all enemies. But, yeah, that would be the 3 teams I would recommend right now. If you're a high-level player, you want to do something like a Doomed Weapon or like Dawnbringer with Stonehammer and King Highforge. If you're a mid-game player, I would say that Keg Hammer guy with either Mountain Crusher or the Keg Crusher. And then if you're super low level, I'd say triple Dwarven Gate with Black Manacles would be the way to go. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel. Comment below, and I will see y'all in a little bit for the weekly preview. Peace.